Anita, come on, boy.
Guys, we got some new faces on here. What's up, Mohammed? Got Martin. I think I've already seen you. We got James, classic. Angelo with the beanie. Loving it, loving it, loving it. Guys, what is happening on this beautiful, beautiful Tuesday? Who do we got here? What wins do we have, guys? I know we got some wins in the chat. Let's just start getting the energy going. If you want to drop one win in the chat or unmute, feel free to go ahead. We'll do wins for a couple of minutes and then we'll start into the call. Don't everyone jump and unmute at the same time, all right? Please settle down.
So now we have awkward silence instead of that.
Martin, my man, the winner of the wins. What's
the
up?
winner.
Talk.
So I'm literally just starting with the cold calls, and finally I'm getting into the point where I'm having a conversation and handling the objections. So this would be my win.
Yeah. Oh, dude, love that. Let's freaking go, guys. Everyone, let's celebrate Martin for taking action on some cold calls. Loving it. Woo! Who's next? Who's got another one? Here we go. Dance party. Party people today. We'll do
This
one more.
isn't sales, but I took over my client fulfillment a lot because I was working with a lot of white labels in the past, and as of today we're getting like $20 CPL, which is a huge improvement from what it was before.
I think you said $20 CPL. You cut out there?
Yeah.
Yeah? Woo!
Yeah.
Let's go, dude. Come on now. Good stuff. Everyone, come on. $20 CPLs all day. That's still sales. You know what I mean? Like, you sold your clients. Now you're getting them results. And now they're going to be sold on wanting to work for you even longer because, dude, you're getting them great CPLs. I don't know what niche you're in, but $20 is good. It's like a Starbucks coffee nowadays. Cool. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and dive in, guys. I have been just so blessed over these past few days and weeks because I not only do I tell my clients to level up their sales coaching, but guys, I also level up my own sales coaching. I got a sales coach too, believe it or not. He's one of my best friends. He's my sales mentor. And over these past few days, I've been getting even more value so that I can bring, 100% game material and just over deliver for you guys even more. Because you guys are the Serve Others community. You guys are inner circle. You guys are like, we don't just sugarcoat things here. We push. Okay. You guys got some amazing people in the community. You guys show up and you guys make sure that you guys are doing everything you can to win. So with that in mind, I know I got some cool things to cover. Real quick though. Razvan, you got a question, my man? Do you want to dive into something here?
Yep. So like a quick one. Basically, I posted in the group as well. I had this like a demo call with a client. He was really happy. I'm in the dental niche. He's an associate. So there he had to talk to like the partner. So like, okay, this is exactly what I need.
Yeah.
Basically, I'm gonna pitch the partner because he doesn't have any idea on marketing, and we're gonna go ahead. He came back to me like, okay, we should be good. Just send over the contract. Basically, the partner was very focused on the guarantee, and I said like, no worries. I sent it over. They had a look, and now like they send me a text saying, yeah, like, oh good, but give us one full week, basically, and we'll give you a response then. So now I'm not sure exactly because we've already had like quite a bit of back and forth. Like, how should I sort of tell him like, okay, like what's going on, without sounding too salesy?
What is going on without sounding too salesy? Yeah, of course. I mean, dude, sometimes guys, we aren't going to get the deal immediately. Guys, I've had multi-call deals where it takes me weeks, months, years to close a deal. Okay. And it's because sometimes we have to reverse the expectation a little bit. Now, that's not to say that you can't nudge them a little bit to get them to come across the finish line. But I'll give you an example here, Razvan. When a prospect hops off the call, they're not going to hop off and immediately start, selling themselves on why they have to do it. They're looking for things, ways, other deals, perspective, negative reviews online to basically justify, you know what, maybe this isn't the right deal. Your job isn't to get them to be like, bro, make a decision. Like, yes, you have to support them and be there and like call them forward. But when you're following up, especially if they're saying, hey, give us a week, your job is to find out how you can get your foot in the door in a more creative way that's going to allow them to see that you are the best fit. Did they come in off a Facebook ad, bro?
Yeah.
Okay. So now that they're getting hit on Facebook ads, bro, how many other people have that same exact custom audience that's hitting them with ads? How many other
Yeah.
offers do you think they have? Right? Your
Mhm.
job is to stay front of mind. So let me give you an example. If you want to have them buy, you don't ask them, hey bro, Dr. Razvan, so what's going on? Like, how are we doing? And I know you get that, right? That's why you're on the call. That's why you're asking these questions. It's great. But get creative with your follow-up. So let me give you an example. What if you called the clinic and you talked to the front desk patient or front desk lady, right? And you said, hey, listen, Miss Emily, whatever her name is, I want to get balloons for Muhammad. No. What if you said, hey, listen, Emily, I want to surprise the doctor and the patient coordinator, the guy you're talking to, right? And I don't want you to say anything, but I want to get them something that just, is really, really kind of special. And I'm just doing this because I just figured that, I just wanted to do it to best serve you guys. What does the dentist enjoy doing? And I just please ask that you just keep this between us. I really want to give him the surprise. Like, it means a lot to me. What does he enjoy doing? What does he enjoy eating? Does he have any favorite hobbies that he likes to do? Bro, you might find out that he's a big sushi fan. And you go, great, let's Google sushi restaurants in the area, or ask her what her favorite restaurant is, and get a gift card for that restaurant, and just say, hey, just thought I'd send this over to you. Can't wait to chat. When's the last time someone gave you a $25 Starbucks gift card when you were in a sales process, Razvan?
Never.
Would you, you're smiling right now, right? Because what do you,
Tony would never.
Yeah, Tony would never. No, he would, maybe. But let me give you an example, right? It's like, people don't care about what you say, they care about how you made them feel. And if you know that, then how can you bake in that cost of a gift card, buying the clinic lunch, buying them a Starbucks gift card for $25, dude? How can you bake that into your cost per acquisition? You already paid for the appointment, bro. You already paid for the meeting. You're going to pay to acquire that client. If it increases by $25 extra, bro, is it not worth sending? So less about, hey, when do you want to make a decision, and more about, hey, I sent you a free gift card. Were you able to get that coffee I sent? Were you able to go get sushi at that place that you said you liked? Were you able to, was the secretary able to get you that, I don't know, gift of fruits that I bought for the clinic? Dude, you could literally, with the power of the internet, right? You could DoorDash anything. Dude, you could find out how to get a treat at that clinic if you wanted to. Okay? So what I'm saying is, like, get creative with the follow-up, and then follow up on that thing. And then you can always bring it back to, like, okay, they ghosted me after that. That's fine. Hey, doc, just checking in here. Try to reach out a couple times. Did you get the gift I sent you? That's one follow-up. Next day, hey, I didn't hear back. ... How would you kind of want to proceed from here? Maybe not again. Hey, just wanted to check in here. Have you given up on bringing in new patients through your clinic, through Facebook ads?
Yeah.
Right? Oh, then maybe you send something. You see what I'm saying? Like, just bring more creativity
Yeah,
to the follow-up.
makes sense. And I guess, like, the only question I had, like, the first message, like, okay, let's say I go now, I buy a gift, whatever. How should I check in with? Because I don't want to sound like, oh, I've sent you something while you think or something. Like, how should I actually because
yeah,
the last one they said, like, yeah, give us one full week, please await our response. This is the last message.
Okay, perfect. Ready for this? Okay, this is great. Great question. Okay, so this is beautiful. Call up the clinic, bro. We'll do a role play. Ring, ring, ring. Hello. Hey, Emily, just Razvan here with XYZ Digital. I am working on a secret surprise for the doc and the project manager, and I figured you might be the best person to help me here because you know them better than I do. I guess just curious, what does the doctor like to do? Anything for fun around the clinic? Like, does he? I don't have any good food spots he likes. I just really want to go out of my way to get him something, and was wondering if you could just really help me, keep this discreet. I just really want to help him out here. Yeah, he likes this one restaurant. Oh, cool. No way. What's the name? Got it. Okay, great. Cool. Find out how to get a gift card. In the gift card message, hey, you said, like, you mentioned you want to wait a week. While we're waiting, I figured I'd get you something so you could eat and not get a huge appetite while you're waiting. as like a playful way to jokingly call on him waiting a week. Boom. Okay. That's it. That's the thing. Right? If he said, you know what, like, if they just won't even, I'll give you an example, right? If they won't even, like, let you talk to the decision maker and you found out what that gift was, in the Starbucks gift card, you could be like, hey, I'm just trying to get my foot in the door. Right? Or send them like a pair of shoes or boots. I don't know, bro. You see what I'm saying? It's like things things that elicit the thing that you're following up on. And I'm giving you like things that you can innovate on. Don't just take what I'm saying from Facebook. Like, yes, implement it, like, take it hard, but it's like, don't send them a human foot and be like, I'm trying to get my foot in the door. Don't do that, bro. But I'm joking around here. But again, I'm just trying to give you the creativity and the permission slip, Razvan, to get unique with the follow-up, bro. I promise you, bro. No marketing agency is sending that dentist a freaking gift. Even if it's $25, bro. People aren't doing that. You're gonna literally differentiate yourself away from the competition. Okay. And it's everyone else's here challenge. I know, I get it. It's like, bro, it's money. I don't know if I want to spend it. Dude, if you know that client's gonna stay with you for 6 months and they are worth over 7 to 8, 9, 10K, bro, and they're gonna generate referrals because dental is a referral generating business where they know a ton of other doctors, bro, $25, 30, $40, like that's so worth it. So
for sure. Yeah, that's good.
Cool.
That's good. Yeah, sounds
awesome.
good. We'll definitely do that.
Good stuff, bro. Yeah. Again, I'm not crazy. Implement it. I've done it. I've done the thing. Okay. I wouldn't be giving you this feedback if I hadn't done it. That'd be crazy.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Taicho. Sick name, bro. Am I saying that the right way, bro?
Yeah, it's actually Tigo. It's a Dutch name, but call me Tai.
Yeah. Got it, bro.
It's nice to meet you, man.
Tai. Excellent to meet you too, bro. Thank you. Thank you for being here. How can I help?
Yeah, of course. So, like an objection I've been receiving the last couple calls, or I've received like 5 times so far, is I want to move forward, but I don't have my credit card with me. And I'm there like, I know that you're just bullshitting me, because if you really want to move forward, you'll figure out a way just to pay me here. And the reason I know that they're bullshitting me is because I'm like, every time I then schedule a follow-up call with them, me believing that they really don't have their credit card, I never hear back from them. They don't show up to the follow-up call and they just ghost me.
Yeah. Okay. Great question. There's something in human behavior and change, right? So how to get people to change at a high level, excuse me. And it's a couple things that I'll share. It's a foundation and intention that you have to set ahead of time before the call, and then I'll give you the tactics. Is that cool?
Okay. Yeah, sure.
I'm just gonna share the full breakdown because it's important. If you don't have one or the other, then it just won't land. So let me give you the intention. The frame. So we talk about a frame all the time, right? A frame is like a lens through which you view something through, like a picture frame, right? So many people, guys, will go through life and they'll have reactive framing. They'll go through an experience and then they'll look back on it and be like, I didn't like that. That wasn't cool. I don't love it. What we want to do is have a preset frame internally before we talk to our prospects. What does that mean? I use one of the frames, and I did it before this call. I did it before all my coaching calls. I always use this frame, even for client, like, sales calls. I am your fan. Tai, I am your fan. I want the best for you, dude. I like you. I'm cheering you on, bro. Okay? That's the frame I set before I go into the conversation. What happens when you don't have that frame set is, and you kind of, I felt a little bit of energy, right? It's like you kind of feel a little bit of blame. You feel a little bit of anger towards that person. You kind of feel like, hey man, why aren't you moving forward? We're not on the same team. Like, what's happening? Then that creates combativeness. Okay.
Yeah.
We want to have compassion for the project or for the prospect to seek connection. Okay. We don't want it to be the other way around where we start blaming, saying all these things and mentally, emotionally, right, letting the outside world influence how we're feeling internally. I am your biggest fan. Okay. And that might mean, hey, you might have to take some time to think about it. Let's work through that. Like, let's talk about it. Right. Or and instead of being like, well, what do you have to think about? You know what I mean? So it's like different things like that. Now, let me show you tactics. This, bro, I cannot tell you how many times it's worked. And sometimes it's the simplest thing. And anyone here, if you're on the call and you want to try this, like, you absolutely can. Sorry, let me admit some people to the waiting room here. Okay. One sec. Cool. So you're on the call. They're like, yeah, there's 2 kinds of tonality that you're listening for, Tai. There is longato, so long, drawn out words. And then there's staccato, just short, quick words and how they're saying things. If they go, yeah, give me like at least till tomorrow. I just have to go get my credit card, and I don't know, maybe if you just call me tomorrow, then I'll be able to knock it out. What are they doing? They're long drawn out words. Why? Because they're thinking about the answer that they're trying to give you as they're sharing it. 9 times out of 10, that person is BSing.
Yeah.
Now think staccato, short words, right? It's like they've already thought about it. They're like, you know what, dude, let me just I just got to get my credit card. It's if you give me, like till tomorrow or this evening, like you can just call me back and we'll knock it out. Right? Like they're already thinking it. They already had that intention. They already had that thought, right? You can tell in their tonality, their level of intent. So what I'm going to share with you is how to, number one, you have to identify that on the call and read it the right way. But once you see it, and sometimes if they say, how does it usually happen on the call? Give me the exact, you're the prospect and you're like, dude, I got to get my credit card. Just say it how they usually say it.
Usually it's yeah, but I don't have my credit card with me. I should have got it. I should have brought it with me, but I don't have it with me today. So yeah, that's usually how they say it.
Okay, so they physically don't have them on. Don't have it on them.
Yeah.
Who do you sell to?
This is I do sales for another agency, which is for financial advisors. I have my own agency as well, property managers, but this is for financial advisors, people that give me this objection.
Okay, gotcha. And the financial advisors, are they at their office when they say that? Is that typically what they say?
So one was in his car, the other ones were in their office.
Okay. So the guy in his car probably had the car to where? Was he at his house when he was on the call with you? It was at his office. So his credit card's at his office. He's at his house, or he's driving.
I think no. He was driving. Was picking up kids. And the other, yeah. So I think if it was true what he was saying to me, then it's probably at home or at his office. But the other people, they were at their office. I'm like, you probably have a credit card with you.
Home. Yeah.
I'm sorry?
Yeah. It was probably at their house. Is that, or just a different part of the office?
Yeah. I don't know. I literally don't know where that credit card was.
So that's what we have to get clarity on, because this line will only work if you know where the credit card is to an extent.
Okay.
So let me give you an example, right? Prospect tells me, hey, Eli, I just don't have my credit card on me. Oh, dude, yeah, no stress at all. I've actually, I've been on back-to-back calls here for the past couple hours. So if you want to, I'm just going to run to the restroom and I'll be right back. If you just want to go grab the card and we'll just knock it out. Cool. Sweet. Yeah, no, yeah, we'll talk in a sec. Just go grab the card. Just tell him, hey, man, no worries. I've been on calls. I got to get some water, go to the restroom, whatever. If you want to grab your card, no stress. I'll meet you back here in a couple minutes. Cool. Walk away. That's it. Again, like I said, it's important to know where the credit card is, because they might be like, well, it's at my house and I'm not going to drive home during the day. Okay. But we're assuming that we know where the card is. So you could always just be like, hey, is it just in your office or where? Get clarity on that. Ask a follow-up question. Yeah. If not, then at the end of the day, bro, I always like to just make sure, and this goes for anyone here, I want to make sure that I've fully sold them in on the process.
Yeah.
So what does that mean? They might be saying a smoke screen objection. So they're throwing up smoke, right? Because they're too nice to say no to my face. Right. So typically, if you ask this one question, you'll get that, you'll find out that level of intent. So again, no, absolutely. I can understand you want to get your credit card. No worries at all. I guess just off the process, the program we outlined here for you, right? I just want to make sure, is it 100%, what you were looking for on your end, and what you need to actually get to XYZ goal? Listen for the outcomes. Yeah, no, definitely. Okay, go get your credit card, bro. Or yeah, it definitely seems like it's something we could work with. Oh, you don't sound fully sold. It's not a credit card objection. It's not a cards at home with the kid, buying, money on on an app. It's it's like, hey, you're not sold. That's a different objection. You follow?
Yeah.
And then we handle that. So the first step, Ty, is just getting clarity on are they bought into the process, the program? Just is this the answer? Is this what they're looking for? Is this a heck yes? Is there anything that they feel like specifically off of what we just covered would benefit them the most?
Yeah.
Right? Asking these trial questions along the way. And, how engaged were they during the pitch? Do they have certainty in us, in the process, in the program? Because if not, dude, then it'll come up in the form of you just got to get my card. No, bro. They have the credit card in their pocket, right?
Yeah.
So And most of the time, bro, people, dude, they do online shopping all the time. Like you could just literally be like, well, that's fine. The link I have will probably allow you to just like, like click the autosave card on there.
Yeah.
Or you do wire transfer. Okay, cool. Yeah. You got Zelle? So you got Venmo? Yeah, that's fine. We could just do a deposit and then I can send you back the money. And once you pay on the credit card, then we'll be all good. Cool. Let me get it pulled up. Done.
Okay, that
Like,
makes
dude, there's
sense.
so many ways to take money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Does someone have the card then? Oh, you want to like call them? Yeah, that's fine. Guys, I used to literally sell cars, okay, when I was 18 years old. And so many times people, they wouldn't have car insurance when they buy the car. And they need to have car insurance to leave the car and like take the car off the lot. And so I'd have people that are like, yeah, Eli, like we want to do the deal, whatever. Like we'll agree to this monthly payment plan, whatever. But like, I just got to go buy insurance first, then I'll come back. I would literally word for it, be like, cool, man. If you want to just hop in the car, I'll take you if you want. And we'll just drive up. No worries. I would sit with them at the insurance store until they bought insurance, drive them back to the dealership and sign them up and then leave.
But I can't believe that the people would just like abandon the sales process of a car. Don't tell me.
Well, you'd be surprised, bro. Again, people don't walk away and leave their sales calls with you guys and start convincing themselves on why they should do it. They do not do that. They don't do that, bro. They're not going to be like, oh my God, I got to make this decision. No, bro. It's like already made up. It's an emotional decision. It's a lot. And sometimes if they hop off and you give them that space, they're going to let the intrusive thoughts win. Oh, you know what? Maybe that guy Razvan with the dark background and the blue lights, he's got an accent. You know what? Maybe we'll just ask him if he has referrals he can talk to. Oh, right? You give them time to do other things.
That's another thing. A lot of these financial advisors, they want to talk to a referral. I get it like on 80% of calls. So yeah, can I maybe talk to a referral?
Yeah. Do you have referrals, like strategic partners you can connect them with? Do you?
Yes, but still, 99% of the time when I actually send a referral, they either never reach out to them and I never hear back from these prospects. I'm going
to give you guys the best way to frame it so that this never happens again. Okay. So please, everyone take notice. If you have a strategic partner, and dude, this comes from an agency owner that does $500K per month that I got this from. Works like a charm. Okay. What kind of phone do you have, Ty? iPhone?
iPhone.
Thank God. Everyone, guys, shout out to Ty for having an iPhone. All right. No Androids in here. Just kidding. If you have an Android, whatever. I'm joking around. So let me give you an example, right? Prospect says, yeah, like looks good and all. Just want to make sure that like I can talk to a referral. Clarify first. Always agree and clarify. Number one rule of negotiation is just acknowledge. That's really all it is. Don't get combative. What did I say earlier? Be their biggest fan. Understand that they just want to make sure, bro, that they're not going to get burned and there's other people that have done it. It's a valid question. Cool. Absolutely. I guess just making sure, we'll totally connect you with I can definitely see who I can maybe connect you with. Just like before I do though, like besides making sure we're not some, fly by night agency that just takes people's money and goes to Mexico. I mean, we'd be all over the news by now if we were doing that. I guess, is there anything else that's holding you back from like feeling like this is 100% what you want to do? Or do you just want to talk to them? Because you might have another objection you have to handle before connecting with a referral. You follow? Again, clarify that and then go with a referral. The referral conversation is usually like this. You probably have only a couple of strategic partners that you can connect your clients with. And dude, you're not going to connect your client with all of them. What usually happens when you say, oh yeah, I'll get you a referral. How many, I'll get you a referral you can talk to. That's why I said the language is important. What I said earlier. Yeah, I can definitely do. I may be able to connect you with, and then clarify the objection. You follow?
Mm-hmm.
So I say that. And then when I go to connect them, I say like this, I'm like, man, listen, so many times. And then this is just what the prospects are thinking. You say, yeah, I'll connect you with the referral. They go, oh yeah, why don't you just connect me with like 3? And why don't you connect me with one in my market too? And why don't you connect me one with, has my same freaking underwear size? Bro, no, I'm not doing that. That's not going to serve you. That's going to kill time. You're not going to get the deal. Like, you know what I mean? Like you have to mentally not give them room to negotiate the referral, the reference number. Okay. So you always, this is what I call the off the top of your head frame, off the top of your head. Okay. So people, and I'll give you the exact lines, but people, just for context, people buy the transformation. They buy stories at the end of the day, right? So where we were before, what we did, where you are now. What did Ty have in place when he first started selling for financial advisors, right? He was struggling with, getting inbound leads and, just consistency and getting people that were just getting their credit cards stuck in their cars all the time. And what we did was he trained specifically on how to objection handle that. And now he's at a point where he's closing at 30%. That was the transformation. I just communicated it like that, right? You see and I want everyone to type this in the chat. When you're sharing a story with someone, sometimes, yes, it's about you, but you are always sharing a me story with you meaning. Me story with you meaning. Okay, if I'm communicating a story, I'm sharing it in a way to where it has meaning to the prospect. You guys follow? So going back to the reference and off the top of your head, hey, yeah, no, Ty, I'm just thinking, man, because a lot of what you were saying earlier is just kind of ringing bells in my ear, man. We actually, we had a client that inserted, problem they're facing. He was struggling with just getting consistency and had been burned a couple times by a couple agencies. He's around X amount of rev and, wanted to grow his book of business. And what we did with him was, obviously we worked with him and now he's at a point where, he's really pushing and scaling insert goal that prospect also had as well. And I'm just thinking, man, I'm thinking he actually might be the best person for you to talk to just because he actually probably has a similar background that you. You know what? Let me do this. Let me just go ahead and group chat you with him and put you in a 3-way text. And then that way, I can make sure that he gets back to you as quick as possible. And then you basically on iPhone group chat them, prospect, referral. Now, does that make sense at this point?
Mm-hmm.
What did I do? I made it seem like off the top of my head, I was just grouping of someone random, but it's going to be the same person every time. Just whatever story they have, you're going to try to match it as close as you can to that referral. You follow? So it seems like, oh yeah, that probably would be the best person. That'd be great, Ty. Yes. Awesome. Great. Assuming you get a hold of them here in the next few days, let's go ahead and actually book up a touch base Q&A call where we can actually, review any other questions that may come up. You don't have to make a decision on that call, but just, again, see what the next best steps are for both of us moving forward. I got time on Wednesday or Thursday. Cool. So you give a follow-up date in place to give them time to have the conversation. And then Ty, I don't know how much you do this, but you also have to have a good relationship with the referral partner. Yeah. Like you have to know this guy and even incentivize him to want to obviously talk to people. But at the end of the day, dude, you guys should be boys. He's helping you close the deal too. So you need to make sure he's incentivized to that. He's not just going to ghost the prospect, and he'll actually do follow-up to get them on the phone to get them to commit. So you could shoot the prospect or your referral a quick voice note. Hey man, what's going on? I got this guy. He's in the process of maybe moving forward with us. Just had these hesitations, these objections. Was wondering if you could just chat with him, be great. And let me know what he says once you're off with him. Yeah. Right? So again, 3-way group chat, send a text, get them grouped, and then go from there. You follow?
Cool. Yeah, perfect, man. Thanks.
Did I lose you anywhere? Does anyone have any questions on that before I continue? Because that was a pretty high level thing. I kind of talk fast sometimes and I get excited about things. Did I lose anyone anywhere? What's on your guys' mind? Any questions you guys have? Angelo said you're always sharing a me story with your meeting. Yeah, there we go. Practice what I preach, man. Let's go. Nope. All good? Okay, cool. Ty, crush it, bro. Let me know how it goes. I can't wait to see those wins. We got Daniel. Thanks. I hope I'm saying that right. Or Daniel.
Yeah, Daniel.
Mr. Aguila. Mr. Khan. Here we go. Cool. Sick, dude. How can I help?
So yeah, I'm working with remodelers. So the vast majority of them do not have offices. But I want to get creative in the follow-up, definitely. So, sending them a gift would be very difficult, but how would you recommend I just get creative with it?
Get them on iPhone, bro, and just shoot a gift card via text, iMessage. You can do that.
Okay. All right.
But what are you trying to accomplish? On the follow-up to get them to buy or follow-up before the call? Let me just get some more clarity there first.
To get them to buy, because our follow-up right now is very basic. It's what you see with every other agency. I've never thought of sending them like sushi, like what you talked about.
Yeah. Well, finding things that they enjoy, right? Razvan, you just took action on that. Let's freaking go, man.
Yes, sir.
Let's go. Right. Give this guy a round of freaking applause for doing that. Okay. That's the action I'm talking about. How much did that gift cost, Razvan? How much did that cost?
24 pounds, $25.
Dude, easy. That guy, bro, is going to open that up and smile and be like, dude, that's sick. You know what? Let me get back to that guy.
That's fine.
Hey, man, did you get the gym merch that I sent, bro? I cannot wait to see you flexing in those shirts. Whatever you sent him. I don't know what you sent. Maybe not flexing in the shirts. But, it's yeah, finding ways to just creatively follow up. Go ahead, Daniel. Following up to get people to buy, right? That's where we're at with these people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Give me an example of someone that you want to close right now, like a live example. Like we can just run it through real quick, and we'll get custom with it.
Well, I mean, there's one guy right now. I mean, like I have closers who are working with them, but there's one guy I know right now who most recently, like he was just saying, like in the trial close before we actually gave him the price, like, oh, like how do you see this working for you? Like, do you think this could like benefit you? Like, why do you think this would work? All that. He said like straight up, I'm not going to really be able to do anything until June.
Okay.
But obviously we want to keep that as warm as possible until then.
Yeah.
So I mean, like the gift card, like how can I get even more personal than that with them? It's like, because I can't really send them a physical item without asking, hey, what's your home address? Which I'm not sure that would really land well.
Yeah. No, you're right, dude. It won't land well. You could probably look up their business online, right? At least maybe something on their website or their Google Maps. Like they don't have any physical Google Maps locations. Like that seems crazy. They at least gotta have something, right?
A good amount of them, yeah, but like you'd be surprised. Like, a good amount of them too, like do not have like any digital presence at all. Because a lot of them are old, like they're contractors. They don't really. They just work with Angie's List, and that's about it.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. A couple things, right? Yes, you can keep them warm with gifts, and you want it to be super personalized. Like that makes sense. But sometimes, bro, all you can do is just send like a case study or a testimonial. So like one great follow-up text that I love to send, guys. And again, add this to your guys' repertoire. Like do not forget these tiny things. It's not one follow-up that's going to get them to buy, bro. It's sometimes 15, 200. You don't know, right? You just got to do it. Stay front of mind. So sometimes I'll be like, hey, Carlos, just wanted to send over this quick breakdown. We just had a client go from, 5 new patients a month to 10 with our brand new system. And he just signed up with us last month. Cannot wait to make you our next June case study. Boom. Is it okay if we make you our next June case study? Is it okay if you're our next June success interview? Right? Like things like that get them you keep getting them sold on the certainty that the process works, that it works. And you're also asking a follow-up question as well to at least get some back and forth. Now, another thing that I'd share here, Daniel, is you don't have to follow up on just getting them to buy, right? You could also follow up and say, hey, what's going on, Daniel? Just wanted to check back in and see how it's going. I just had some notes from our last call, and I just wanted to make sure like I got you everything that you needed in your email, in your inbox, just to make sure I didn't miss anything. Cool. Just lead with that. Doesn't have to be anything crazy. And then, dude, while you're on the call, guys, some of the compassionate tone that I bring, it's just my curiosity with a lot of people. It's just curious. So sometimes I'll literally be like, just talking to them. And then while you have them in conversation, it's like, hey, you guys got any plans for this weekend? You guys do anything for the summer? You guys got kids? You guys like pumped that they're going to be out of school, or is it going to be kind of stressful now that you gotta, see them more every day? Right? Oh, how many kids you got? Oh, how old? Oh, that's awesome, man. That's sick. Yeah, that's great. And maybe you can find them like something that resonates well with like just the level of connection that you have to just how much you know about them. That usually helps out sometimes too. You follow?
Yeah, that makes sense. So just get like it's personal with them on the call, and then personalized follow-up after that, but like keep it congruent with what you found out on the call, I guess.
Exactly. Yeah. And I'm trying to think for people that don't have an address, like, dude, you could probably let me let some people in here. This is savage. If you do this, this is actually out of control. You could technically, if you have the ad spend for it, or if you have the money for it, I don't recommend doing this with like just any prospect. Like you do this with someone that you probably know you're gonna for sure close. You could budget out a little bit of money to run maybe an ad or two, and just like pay a little bit on ad spend to get a lead in his area, and then send him that lead, and be like, just say Daniel sent you. He's like, whoa, I'm literally getting free value, a free customer without paying anything. Again, that like takes some cojones and you have to have money for that. But again, that's the customization that you're kind of looking for, right? It's like,
yeah,
you don't just do that with anyone though, right? And you got to make sure.
Yeah.
And you can even be like, hey, I got a lead that's maybe interested in a contract or an agreement with you, or in a new roof, a house, or kitchen, whatever. He just wanted to know if you have like a physical address that you could check out beforehand. There you go. Now you got the address, right? Maybe you don't even and then you let him know. You're like, oh yeah, he ended up backing out. I tried to work the lead for you, could get him, and then he sent him a gift. Boom, there it is. That's how we get the address. Or a address,
okay,
or
yeah, smart.
PO box. You know what I mean? Whatever. Just find something where you can go.
Yeah,
That makes sense?
yeah,
You're getting creative here, guys.
Yeah,
You're
it
making
makes
me
a
use
lot
my
of
brain
sense.
a little bit. Yeah, well, they don't have an address. What do you do to not be a creep? Hey, man, I just had someone follow you home. I know where you live. No one do that, please.
and then
Angela's like,
NPQ
all
their
right.
home address out of them.
Exactly. There you go. Sick. Any other questions on that, or is that clicking? Get some good captures there.
No, it clicks a lot. Yeah, it's a good idea. I'm gonna try like
Perfect.
the lead thing.
I love that, guys. We are in serve others. This is the inner circle. I don't shortcut the value. I'm giving you guys all the sauce. You guys take action on this, like our guy Razvan did, bro. You're gonna scale. The level of seriousness that you take your sales process determines your success in business. That's it. It literally determines the amount of revenue you make. So, next question with that, James, my guy. What up, bro? Long time no see.
Hey, what's going on, man?
What up?
Yeah, I got this objection on a sales call the other day. Kind of threw me a curveball. Okay. So he said, "I'm going to commit to you, but insert like not the right time objection." Like I wrote it down: daughter's birthday, daughter's softball, Memorial weekend, Mexico vacation. Like just threw like 5 things at me at once, and I was like, "This is what I said." I said like, "Okay, would it be unreasonable for me to like get a deposit and sign an agreement so I know everything, goes according to plan?" He was like, basically, he said, "I'm not comfortable with a deposit, but I'm a man of my word, and like I'm gonna do it." And I basically, if I'm asking for a deposit after that, I feel like I'm just calling him a liar. So I was like, "All right, man, can I at least like send you the agreement? Like we don't got to do a deposit, but like can we sign something?" He was like, "Sure, send me it." And I sent it to him on the call, and he tells me, like, "All right, man, I'll take a look at it right after we hop off," which was about 24 hours ago, and it hasn't been viewed since. So it seems like he was bullshitting me, even though he really.
Again, careful here with the language, right? If we're their biggest fan and we want the best for them, let me ask you, is him paying a deposit in your best interest or in his best interest?
I didn't frame it in his best interest, no.
Not even that though, just the fact that you're asking for a deposit in the first place. Like what good does that do for the prospect if he's got Memorial weekend, kid's birthday, and going to Mexico? Like, is that in his best interest to even pay money to get started, or is that in your best interest? Like you,
it's in my best interest.
Okay, there you go.
Well, I mean, I guess it would be in his best interest if I could help him, but that's probably not how he's thinking about it, right? Is that what you're getting at?
But will it do anything to get him more jobs if he literally cannot take the jobs?
Right. Yeah. So just for context, he owns like a mortgage company. He has loan officers that would take the leads that I give him.
Okay, got it. So, dude, for context, right? When you have such a high level person like that, and you use that language of like, let's just get a deposit to lock something in, it actually goes against like what they're comfortable with. Like they actually immediately are like, oh, dude, damn it. Like I loved you, dude. James, you were doing so great. You're doing great on the call, man. Now you're asking for a deposit. Come on, man. I'm telling you, I'm a man of my word. I run a business, dude. Okay. So we got to think, we literally keep this in mind, right? First question, bro, that comes to mind when he says this. Number one, acknowledge. Always agree. Oh yeah, absolutely. Right? Totally appreciate that. You want to give us some time because you're going to be super busy. I get that. Right? Now, my follow-up question, James, you got to be very careful with this, okay? This is situation like specific to James and the prospect. So he has a kid's birthday, is that what you said?
Yeah, it was like
Memorial Day weekend.
And then he's going on a Mexico vacation. Yeah.
Going to Mexico
until June, essentially.
Look at how beautiful this is, right? Until when in June? Do you know?
Like pretty much he would be back by June, I think you said.
He'd be back in the next 2 weeks. Like week or
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Where'd you get this lead? Paid ads, email?
Paid ads.
Where'd you get it? Okay, cool. brother, sometimes when you know, like, yes, I get the deposit, I get you wanting to force that and trying to get it. Again, it goes back to the frame of like, is this in his best interest? And I know that there are reps that could probably take the calls, but dude, if he's the one that like actually take the time to meet with you, then he's probably going to be the one that like spearheads the project, like actually meets with you to figure out, you know, the onboarding stuff, right? Or did he loop in anyone else that could help him, or no?
It was just him.
Yeah, and he's going to invest into his team or to just his own leads, and then he'll scale from there.
Honestly, I think he was taking some of like the leads too. So
okay, so he's dude. Even though he's the business owner, like yes, he's going to invest into his team, but like dude, at the end of the day, he'll probably just give him the dead leads, and then he'll take the hot leads, you know, from Facebook ads. So this is what, again, this goes back, guys, to the whole topic that we've been talking about: personalized outreach. Okay, so let me give you an example. Where in Mexico? Where are you going, James? Where are you going?
Shit, I don't even know any places in Mexico, so I can't even like role play this, but
doesn't matter, bro. Just say he's probably going to Cancun, Cabo, or Playa Carmen, one of those. Like literally, he's not going anywhere else crazy. So just say Cancun.
Cancun.
Oh, cool. You staying in like a resort out there? Say yes, because that's
the
only thing.
Yeah.
Oh, cool, man. Which one?
Oh, you know, the XYZ resort.
The XYZ resort. Okay, sick, dude. Listen, man, dude, I had a buddy of mine. He was just out there. He's Mexican. His name's Eli. He you know, spent a lot of time traveling, and this guy knows like all the best like food spots. Do you like Mexican food, or what kind of food do you guys like? Yeah.
Yeah, he was Mexican, so yeah, I like Mexican food. I'm Mexican, so yeah.
No way. Oh, dude, amazing, brother. You know what Cancun doesn't have? Like really good local Mexican food spots. But this is one or a couple places. You know what? Let me actually message him and hop on a call with him. And what I'll do is I'll actually send you over a couple food spots to go check out. Is that cool if I send that over to you?
Yeah.
Awesome. We know where he's going. We know what resort. We know how long, and we know he likes Mexican food. Great. He doesn't have to like Mexican food. It could be any food. Be like, hey man, you got any good, you know, food things that you like, or like what do you enjoy? And I'm giving you this example, James, because I've literally done this to close deals before. Again, it all comes down to getting creative. If he tells me he'll be back beginning of June, and I sent him 5 restaurants that are like top rated in Cancun or wherever the hell he's going, I don't even know where he's going. I just Google it. Cool. And then I follow up with him that next week. I'm like, hey man, did you get a chance to check out the spots I sent you? Not, hey man, do you want to move forward? No. Did you get a chance to check out those spots? If you know, number one, James, he has a team. He's going to leverage you for ads. You know he's going to probably be a great client. He has money. He's the main decision maker. And he's going to be a good client. Then, bro, like, treat him like that. Pamper him up a little bit. You don't even have to pay for anything. You didn't even buy anything. This is a free way to stand out.
Yeah.
Okay?
Damn.
So, again, I'm just trying to get you to reframe the whole conversation to begin with.
I guess it's just hard to discern.
Yes.
Yeah, like whether it's logistical. Dude, honestly, I didn't show Tony. I didn't show Tony the call, but I asked Tony, and he just told me like basically just like never, like maybe not never, but he told me like I was bullshitting, and then I should I shouldn't believe him.
The prospect knows. The prospect feels that. That's what I said earlier. It's like, of course he didn't open up the agreement, bro. Again, he's not gonna hop off and tell himself. He's like, oh, dude, James, come on, man. I'm trying to go to Mexico. Like, send me some. You know what I mean? The prospects aren't gonna say that. But it's your initiative to give a crap enough to find some food recommendations, right? So this one time, I'll give you an example. I was talking to a chiropractor. I'm trying to sell him on a free trial, bro. I'm so new to the game. I cold call this guy. He answered. I get him on a demo call. I pitch him, and he's like, Eli, I want to do it, but I'm going to Dallas for a chiropractic conference next week. Can we start like next Monday? Oh, dude. He's like, I'm literally going to be busy. Like, I don't have time to even work on anything. I can't even fill out the onboarding form. Like, can we just meet on Monday? I'm like, where are you going? What hotel are you staying at? He told me. I Googled the top 5 restaurants on Yelp and Google and just found some. Emailed them to him. He was, you know, Mediterranean, or he was Arabic. So I sent a Mediterranean restaurant or a Greek restaurant. I call him back on that Monday, Tuesday after I got a cell phone, right? Because we had that level of rapport. And then he's like, yeah, bro, I got to check out that one Greek spot you recommended. The hummus was great. Oh, dude, no way. That's sick. Shut up. That's sick, man. That's awesome. Glad you got to check that out. What does the prospect do? You know what, man? By the way, I know I had to get back to you. When can we schedule the onboarding? Or when can we start this? What do you need from me? Right? What next steps do you need? Right? You follow?
Yeah, so basically
Now,
you have to kind of discern whether or not it's a legit objection or not. And if it is, then you build rapport with them.
Yeah. If you know that he's gonna, let's say, gonna have like, okay, I'll give you an example of when it might make sense to do a deposit. Prospect is like, yo, man, I really want to do this. Like, I'm moving for a whole month. Like, I'm gonna be basically out for like 30 days, like decommission. Like, I'm not even gonna be working, but I have like the next few days, and I want to get started. It's just like, I'm just gonna be traveling. There's a lot of logistical stuff going on. In that case, if it's like a course or a program, or if there's assets or value that I can share, then I'd be like, hey man, like, let's just do a 100% refundable deposit. Number one, I'll lock in your spot so that I don't bring any other people in your area since I have an exclusivity policy. And number two, what it'll do is it'll allow us to actually start building things out this week and actually get you onboarded. That way, when you go live in a month, we don't have to push it back 3 weeks. Sound fair? Done. Frame it in best interest and make sure it's like he has that intent, right? If you can tell in his voice that there's this level of desperation, of like stress and anxiety of just even considering starting the onboarding process, then dude, you push for a deposit, it's just more stress. Your job is to make their life easier, James, not harder. Come on now.
Dude, I think if I did what you just said though, because I was like, I just said like, is it cool if we do a deposit? Like if I would have said like, I'll lock in your spot and we can start building things out today so that you'll be ready, like when you actually get back and we can launch instantly after onboarding, I think he might have gone for it if I said that instead of just being like, yo man, can I get some money right now? Like,
can I get some money right now, bro? Dude, hey James, send me $100 right now, bro. Right now.
Yeah, right.
How do you feel? Dude, come on.
Yeah.
Would you want to?
Yeah,
I mean, you can.
it's a good point, man.
Drop my Venmo in the chat. Yeah. Just giving you a hard time. I'm just trying to send it home, guys. Again, what takeaways? Actually, before we go to takeaways, James, what was a click for you?
I would say the big thing is like framing when you're asking for something from them, is framing it in their interest and also being able to discern whether or not it's like bullshit or it's like, an actual logistical issue. And that'll gauge like how hard you really want to push for a deposit if you want to do it all. So yeah.
And last piece, bro, just be freaking curious. Like, just always be curious. Dude, like I can't tell you how many times, like, and this is just one last thing that I'll say to drive the point home. One of the number one things that, so you guys know HubSpot, right? The big CRM company, right? HubSpot marketing. The chief revenue officer that took them from 0 to 150 million, literally, right? One of the number one character traits that he found is always applicable to any top rep. And he's trained thousands, like tens of thousands of sales reps for HubSpot, is their level of curiosity, the level of ability to ask questions and just be curious. And if you're ever in a position where you're on a call and you kind of like your tonality stagnates and you're just going through the motions, going through the script, one of the best analogies that I like to give is like, dude, pretend you're talking to your role model at a networking event. And the only, like the number one determining factor that determines how long they actually sit and talk to you is your level of curiousness in your tone and in your questions. And then put yourself into into like that frame when you hop on a call with a prospect. Like what questions would you ask your role model? In what tonality would you ask them? You'd be super curious. So bring that to your prospects. Bring that to the sales call. Oh man, what? Like let's say I'm talking to Elon Musk. Elon, what made you want to acquire Twitter? I mean, why even go to Mars? Elon, what's the point of building all this rocket ship stuff if it like stresses you out? Like I've heard all these things on the internet. Like, are you good? And just keep going. Keep going. What's the next question? We can keep going. We can go for hours just asking questions, right? Really good salespeople, guys, just know how to keep asking questions. And more importantly, they know how to stay curious with their tonality. Right? That's why you always hear the same thing. It's like whoever controls the conversation is the one that's asking the questions. Like, yeah, like there's space that you have to create and you can still talk and, share feedback and, say certain things to seed problems. But as a sales rep, it's your job to get really good at understanding how to ask those questions that just open them up. And just be curious. They tell me that they want to get to a point where they can, buy back some of their time from the business. Oh man, that's a great goal, man. What do you want to do with all the time? Oh, you guys want to go to Disney? You take the kids? Oh, you guys want to actually spend more time with the parents? What else would you guys do? Is there anything else? Paint the picture, right? Sound curious. Be compassionate. Have that intention. Compassion for connection. Cool. Carlos, my man. How can I help you?
Yo, how's it going?
Great, dude.
Can you hear me, by the way?
Yep. Oh, bro, loud and clear.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so, you know, it's like in the same topic of follow-ups. I have like
All
three
right.
clients that paid me $100 deposit. Like literally, they
Nice.
paid me for a follow-up
Good.
call. They
Yeah.
just ghosted
Yeah.
me, you know. So
Okay.
they're life insurance agents, so I cannot send them
Yeah.
something. I don't have their address right now. Um, and I kind of missed the opportunity of just doing the things that you mentioned because I already
Yeah.
sent them a bunch of text messages, a bunch of emails. So I was wondering, like, I haven't called them though, and I haven't actually sent them a Loom video or things like that. So I was wondering, like, yeah, what's your advice?
Carlos, you haven't called them.
Yeah, yeah, just texted them. They had like real pro. Well, yeah, two of them didn't have the money, so they just put a deposit, and one of them was waiting for a commission. So yeah, it's just money stuff. But yeah, I didn't want to call them. Should I just call them with a random
Wait.
script?
Okay. So, bro, I would call them literally right now. If I was your sales rep, bro, and you told me that, or if I was your sales manager, if I owned the agency that you're selling for right now in this example, I wouldn't even give you the commission, bro. I'd be like, bro, give me the number right now. I'm calling them. You don't get a deal. The moment you forget about them, bro, they forgot about you. Even if there's money, bro. I had people pay me $5K for 90-day programs, bro, and never start at my agency. Never. Just ghost. 6 months. Hit me up. Finally. Dude, Eli, this crazy thing happened at the clinic. Can we get started? Yes. Cool. Right? So things happen, bro. And dude, we still followed up that person. Like, and there's the business just did not get back to us. Text number, email, nothing. Right? Because it doesn't help if we have all their money and they want to get started, because then our pricing changes in the future or our services change and then they try to get started. Now it impacts operations. So it's like we actually want them to get started as soon as possible. Right? Now, with that in mind, you said that one of them or a couple of them were like true financial objections, meaning they did not have all the money. What about the other one?
Yeah. The other one, I just took his credit card, and yeah, he
Okay.
just wanted to get a commission for a policy. So
Okay.
financial
So
as
guys, I'm
well.
gonna give you. Okay, guys, this process right here that I'm about to share with you is something that I do to this day. I literally I think I won't say who, but I was on a call with someone who was looking for additional sales training, right? And we're in a position where, I mean, we could definitely, I can definitely help them. It's not, you know, an objection about whether or not they want to do it. It's just like financially, right? Like there's some things. That's fine. Totally fine. I understand that. I've been there. Like it's no big deal. And one of the things that I think happens sometimes, Carlos, is we bring too much of an ego to the sales process or to our business where we're like, I don't want to work for them until they pay me money. You know what? Is that showing up as their biggest fan? Are you even your own biggest fan? Do you love yourself enough to want to give yourself a good habit? Maybe, maybe not. It starts with you, and then it obviously starts with them. Now, the thing that I'll share here is I could have easily, with that person that wanted to, wait for the training until they get the money, I could have easily been like, and it's funny because they might even be on the call. What's funny is I could have easily been like, Carlos, like, dude, you would agree with me right now. Like, I'm a pretty high level person. Like, I've done pretty well, right? Okay. Even me, bro. Even me. I'm sitting there, and I'm not saying this in an arrogant way, but it's like, bro, I'm gonna sit down and drive as much value as I freaking can for that person. Why? Because I care. It starts here with compassion. And it starts with sometimes identifying how to get clarity around their situation to actually give them like free value to help them. If you sat down with those insurance advisors and you literally gave them a game plan on how to reactivate old leads, on how to ask for more referrals, on how to take what's already working on their current Facebook strategy or their current ads and actually how to close a freaking deal. So they get the money from your sauce. Would they convert, Carlos? Or would they be like, nah, his product sucks. I didn't even pay him and he made me money. Nah, bro.
They would,
Right? How much, like, how busy are you to not just spend, like, dude, I could help so many different people, right? Obviously, if you know they're going to be a good fit, then yes, it's important. Like, they have to be a good fit for your business, and you got to see that long-term longevity as a client with them. But dude, with this client example that I'm sharing you with one of the calls I had earlier, I literally sat down, I call reviewed, and I'm going to hop on another call with them, even though they haven't paid me yet. We could keep doing that. I will literally sit down and just print money with them. And obviously there's a line. It's like, there's assertiveness and then there's being walked all over. And like, I trust them, you know what I mean? Like, it'll be fine. But what I'm getting at is like, I will honor and serve and show up and drive value if they don't have the money to invest right away, because I know it'll eventually come back around. And the fact that you didn't even call these people to check in and just see how you can maybe help them in the meantime, right? That mindset, dude, if you don't address that, will show up for any other sales call you have in the future. Just the fact that there's people out there that you can help and you're not helping them, your prospects will feel that. So be the kind of person that attracts those individuals that want to work with you by being around them more and actually converting them by giving them free value. There were so many times, guys, where on my old agency where we sold to agency owners, right? There were agency owners that we just could not help. And so one of the scripts that we invented that I came up with was, hey man, listen, before we set up a call with Eli or the demo call or a closer call, whatever, this is on like the set call. We'd be like, hey man, I think the next best steps for you, let's do these two things, man. You and me, we'll go back and forth over the next few weeks, and I'll hop on a call with you, man. I'll paint a picture to really help you, get an idea for some things you can do to just make some quick cash with the current clients you have now. And, in the next few weeks, months, whatever, if you come back and you make some extra money from what we helped you with, and, you want to pay for the investment, then that's cool. And if not, you'll at least have some extra money saved up. Does that sound cool? Would that be cool for you? Would that be easier? Would that be fair? Right? We're literally leading with value on a disqualified lead. If you're going to be in the industry for a while, you're creating an ecosystem around you. These people will eventually convert. So don't forget about them, Carlos. Yes. Call them, see how you can help, offer a free value consult, and sign the freaking deal once they get the money. All right? Cool. You got this, bro. You got this. I believe in you.
I appreciate it.
All right? You got it, dude. Yeah. Any questions on that? Do you have any other follow-up questions on that, or pretty clear?
No, I think it's pretty clear. Yeah. Yeah, could have just called them. Leading, yeah. They could have led without it, but I didn't.
See how they're doing.
Yeah.
Solid. Nice. Good stuff.
Cool.
No one's gonna break the awkward silence with another question. That's sad.
I mean, I was just waiting because I didn't know if you froze or like what was going on.
Too. I was just joking around, guys. There's a chicken behind me. Look at that little rooster. Super random. I would use that in a follow-up message. I'd be like, "Here's your wake-up call to buy some new apps." All right. Cool. So, any other questions, guys? What else we got? Do I have to start calling on people? I got some extra time here today. Where we at? Martin, it's 3 a.m. for you, bro. Get some sleep. Jesus Christ.
I got a random question.
Hey, dude, what's up?
So the A-type personality prospects where I'm asking them questions, and part of this is just like I need to memorize my script better and also come across more curious so that the questions come across more neutral. Doesn't feel like I'm like qualifying them. Sometimes it just feels like if I ask them like if I try to future pace and consequence them, like they're just gonna hang up on me,
Okay.
I know it's a very like general question, but like any advice on that?
Give me an example of how you typically memorize and study your script right now. What's the activity look like?
I mean, honestly, man, the activity is like pretty much just like maybe I'll be driving to the gym or something, and I'll just be like role playing with myself. Or
what else?
Or I'll literally just read the script like over and over again. I have most of it memorized, but I still keep up at least all of the discovery phase. It's pretty similar to what I watched all like the videos and that you put in the school group and everything. So it's pretty like NEPQ-esque.
Yeah.
Cool. But yeah, I have most of it memorized.
Okay. So if you want to work on there's two things, two tactical things here. If you want to work on how you're saying it and just the wording behind it and the tonality, you have to keep hearing yourself say it. So let me give you an example. You can hop on Zoom by yourself, click record or get a Fathom in there and just say the script. So say the first part of it, go to the situation, go to the problem, like keep going through it but like say it like to the highest standard freaking possible. And imagine that you're dealing with an A-type prospect in the moment. You feel that like, you know, the hairs on the back of your neck is going up, and you're like, dude, I know if I ask this question, it might come across evasive, but how can I just say it in a way to where it just clicks for them, and just keep practicing it specifically for that avatar? Follow?
Yeah.
So a lot of the times, and I'll give you an example here, the A-type personality, what happens is they have an ego. Okay, so they have a little bit more of that, like, oh, dude, that's sick, Gio. Glad you did that. So they have a little bit. I'll go to tactic number 2 here in a second, but they have a bit of an ego. So what you have to sometimes do is you have to seed certain problems with what you're saying, and you also have to kind of like go away a little bit away from NAPQ, bro, and really ask questions that are pinpointed and finding doubt and planting the seed of doubt and seeding problems like that as well.
Okay.
Let me give you an example, right? You right now, probably you're talking to mortgage, right? Mortgage officers,
Yep.
MLOs. Dude, if I really thought about it, and this goes for any niche, any industry, like anyone's on this call, right? You could literally find out the top like 5 or 6 types of clients that you typically handle and deal with, that you typically get on calls. You need to start thinking in terms of outcome-based questions, okay? What does that mean? What that means is, let's say, for example, I know that bucket number 1 of clients, right? I'll just share my screen here. We'll go through it. I'm out of the 25, guys. All right. Bucket number 1 of prospect. And this is your homework, right? That's going to help you a ton.
Okay.
Hasn't tried marketing. Doesn't really know if it's going to work. Still new. Isn't doing a ton of volume. Wants to see pricing usually up front. You know, works for a brokerage. Maybe has tried Facebook ads on its own before. Okay. Bucket number 2. You know these better than I do, by the way. So the fact that I'm even typing this out, I'm just kind of sharing with you like a generalization of it. You're gonna have to go a bit more specific, but this tends to apply on most niches. Bucket number 2 has tried marketing, right? Doing, and maybe put a number to it, like X amount of deals per month, like usually a range. Like there's a step above the rookie to like maybe the amateur and the pro. So you're gonna like list out what those numbers typically look like, and then you might even put like believes that it can work, but needs to see the proof, but can be swayed. You know what I mean? Like they're the people that are like, they want to believe that Facebook ads can work. They want to believe that whatever mechanism they're buying from you is going to click. You know, when you opt in, let's say on an ad, when your prospects opt in, they're looking for reasons to like also want to work with you a little bit. Like they're looking for like variables to click and be like, you know what? Yeah, like I resonate with that. Right. So for example, when we had our B2Bscale.io agency and I was selling to agency owners, we would send them to our YouTube. Why? Because our YouTube was just full of just sauce, like how to book appointments from cold email for free, like how to do 1,000 cold DMs a day, how to, you know, sell through stories, how to do all these things. And what was that? It was the prospects that would then get to the YouTube that be like, dang, like these guys actually know what the heck they're doing. Like justifying the decision that they are right for opting in, because we don't want to be wrong. That's a status thing. We don't want to be marked as stupid. We don't want to be seen by our friends and family and other clients and other peers in the space that we made a bad decision by going with some cold email agency that scammed them. We want to be seen as right. So we're looking for, like, we're trying to confirm that decision. So for you, what I'm trying to get you to realize here is there are certain beliefs that these different buckets hold. Let's do one more here. Bucket number 3 would be like, you know, A-type, doesn't believe anything is possible, right? Been burned 3,000 times, right?
Yeah.
Wants to speak to every referral on the face of the earth, and will sue me if it doesn't go well. You know what I mean? Like something like that. The buckets here, okay, and you're smiling because, dude, I've been there, bro. I haven't been sued, okay? Knock on wood. There's no wood around me. Okay, here we go. But there's a couple. What was that? Huh? Oh, okay. There's a couple things here that you need to keep in mind. Number 1, Each of these people, dude, you will take them and ask them different questions based on what bucket they're in. Your job, James, is to identify which one they are as quick as possible to know what syntax to use. So syntax is just like a specific set and order of questions that you ask. So for example, this person right here might not be doing anything and he's only relying on referrals. You're not going to ask him, and this goes for anyone here, you're not going to ask someone that's working on referrals and only relying on referrals, do you like the current acquisition strategy you have? Of course you're going to say yes. If you say rationale, you're like, hey man, why not double down? Dude, they're going to be like, well, I can't. Stupid question. Don't, like, anytime it's a referral, like, now you know, you skip those, and this is the question you ask, right? You attack the predictability. These are the outcomes I'm trying to get you to see here, right? It's like when you know what the problem is, then you know how to find it as quick as possible, and then you can go to asking specific questions. So for this guy, I'd be like, hey man, what's kind of like the breakdown look like when you get referrals? Like, is that the only channel you're using? Okay. And I guess, like, what happens in any given month where maybe you don't get any referrals from your clients? Like, do you guys just like go negative? Do you guys kind of stay stagnant? Oh yeah, no, like we stay consistent. Okay. I mean, I didn't think we were here just to get you consistency, man. I guess just so I can have an idea here, like, what levers can you pull to like actually double the client base that you have right now? Is that, I guess, in your control there, or like, is it like a seasonality thing? What are we doing? We're attacking them to find that. We're attacking the problem, right? To find the doubt and position the pain as big as possible. Now, you would do the same thing for an A type, okay? Same thing. You just got to list out what problems they typically face. Okay. And a lot of the times, it's going to probably be along the lines of, like, what are some of the problems that these A types usually face? If you could just share a few off the top of your head.
Yeah, I mean, it's same problems that like everyone else is facing too. It's just they're not as like open about it. So
what bucket would you say they fit in though? They like a higher level client, or are they still like just beginner or medium and they're just being arrogant?
Yeah, it could be, honestly, it could be either or. Like, it could be some guy who's been in the game for a really long time, and I asked him how many loans he's currently doing, and he gets pissed off because like he feels like he should be doing more because he's been in the game so long. He's like only doing like one loan a month or something, and so he's like, why are you asking me that question? And then I have to like justify it.
Okay. One thing I'd suggest just for people like that, right, is always paint the picture in their best interest as well. So let me give you an example, right? Yeah, so listen, James, a lot of the people that come to us, they're typically, like, trying to obviously grow their, the amount of loans that they get each month. And what we like to keep in mind sometimes whenever we're scaling with them is like also kind of where they started off at, or just what they're kind of doing now. And we don't ask this in like an evasive kind of like personal question kind of way. We just like to know, just to kind of have an idea of, just like baseline metrics. And that way we can really compare the transformation once we reach a certain point after working so long together. So I guess for you, like, just if you don't mind me asking here, how many loans are you doing per month right now?
Yeah, that's a really good way to like pad the question, and also like probably increase the probability that they're not going to lie to you too. Like, they're just going to bullshit you. So that's good. Yeah.
Exactly. Right. I used to say this all the time for like maybe getting into the goals part of the questions, right? So be like, listen, James, like, one of the things that we have to keep in mind, like, let's say I get the revenue number. One of the things we have to keep in mind whenever we're like coaching together is where we're headed, because as a coach, we're kind of like a velvet hammer, right? Like, it's hard when it's hard, but it's easy when it's easy. And so we kind of have to be there to nudge you and remind you when it gets hard. And the only way we know how to remind you and motivate you when it gets difficult is to know where you're headed. So, and I'm not asking this in like a cheesy, salesy question like, James, what's your why? But I guess, like, what is that guiding North Star that you're kind of attracted to make you want to scale to the level you want to get to? Boom. Right? Downplay, soften the question, and give context in his best interest as to why it's important to know. There you go. Again, that right there is an example of just how to do that. But I'm kind of diverging from the point here, which was getting back to the A types and how to handle them. And I'll answer Carlos's question, then I do have to run. But when you go through the A type questions, bro, like with people like that, your job is to identify what sort of like level and business they're at, because that allows you to kind of sneak in and, you know, attack those seeds of doubt, right? A lot of the times though, they won't just open up and hand you the problem. So what I meant earlier by like, you have to sometimes seed the doubt by statements is like saying things like, yeah, listen, like a lot of mortgage MLOs that come to us, or a lot of the MLOs that we've seen have typically grown off referrals, just their book of business, and maybe XYZ other channel that's common in the industry. And what they typically find is they'll run into either just like a point where they stagnate, or, you know, maybe they want to grow, but they just don't know what levers to specifically pull in the business to, I guess, increase that number. And so many times that actually starts to impact their bottom line. And what's so fascinating is like some of the ones that are doing, you know, over 50 loans a month or 40 loans a month, like they have so much clarity around like the exact issues that are facing in their business. But then the ones that are kind of just, you know, kind of plateaued there at that, you know, 10, 15 ML, you know, loans a month, they really don't have a ton of clarity, but they know it's important. So I guess for you, I don't even know if that resonates with you. Like, what would you say is the biggest thing that's, you know, maybe not working at the highest level that you feel like it could or should be in the business to actually want to grow it? Because, you know, it might not be the best fit going with us. I'm just kind of asking. So, you know, maybe you have some things on your end you could double down on now. What did we just do? What we do? I gave you the space to be like, damn, I actually do kind of run into those issues. Consistency would be nice. I do want to have clarity around my problems if that's what the 50 loans a month people are doing. What did I do? I just did so many things in a state. And I'm trying to get you to, I'm giving the permission slip, James, to not be an NEPQ bot. Yes, Angelo, I got you. You can definitely get the recordings. I got you. But don't be a bot, bro. Don't be a freaking like, so was, you know, doing that, you know, bro, come on. Like, dude, I'm messing around here to drive a point home, but like so many times we just fall into structure. Dude, James, we got to sell the freaking prospect, man. Sell him. Right? Like if you were to pick up a pen and literally just start selling up that mic, right? Like, dude, this mic right here, I promise you've never seen anything like it, right? I mean, it's got noise canceling. I can wear it all freaking day, right? It's got the best clear audio you have ever seen. And, you know, a lot of the people that work with me, they actually like to test drive it first, you know? They like to feel the padding, they like to sit in the chair, they like to actually get the full immersive experience. It works with headphones, it works in the gym, it works in the car, it works in all these things. Dude, we're actually just selling. Sometimes that's actually what you have to do, right? So sometimes you actually have to sell during the sales process, even if it's the discovery call, especially for more of those A-type people that don't want to open up around their problems. Because like I said earlier, they're not going to raise their hand and be like, I'm dumb. I have a problem. I have an ego. I don't want to accept it. No, they're not going to do that. But you got to give them the space to latch on to certain things to be like, yeah, I am dealing with that. Or to be like, you know, do you feel like that's a, I guess, proper, consistent way to get you more loans just with what you have now? I mean, you could just double down on it. You know, like we don't really have to be getting you to invest into extra things. Like, why not kick the can down the road, hope it figures itself out? Like, you could do that, you know, like sometimes you just got to push back a little bit, but like lead with those, you know, statements to get them to be like, well, maybe I do want that. Maybe, you know, just give them things to latch onto. So, go through that exercise that I mentioned with like bucketing your prospects, finding out what typical, you know, questions and problems and outcomes they usually have that you know are going to get them to open up for those specific buckets. And then when you're on Zoom and you're recording yourself, like play record, listen to it, and just be like, okay, that came out good. Like, you know, your standard, you know what I mean? And you should be literally practicing it to the point where it's like, it's just so ingrained. Like someone could wake you up at 3 a.m, tell you the exact situation, and you could spit it out without hesitation at all. That's the mindset you want to have. Okay?
Got it.
Dude, was that helpful?
That was a lot, but yes, sir. I got it, dude. So yeah, framing the questions as if it's in their best interest to actually answer them, like giving context around it, so they're not like, why the hell are you asking me it? Obviously the tone is really important. You not to just be like, how's that affecting you personally? Like, don't be any PQ bot. Yeah. And then shit, dude, that was a lot. I guess that's the main thing, and it kind of ties into what you told me earlier. It's like framing everything in their best interest. Otherwise, why would they give you it? Yeah.
Exactly. And dude, like the biggest thing that I see so many times, bro, as to why people don't actually get those clicks and sales and what got them from 0 to 10. Sometimes it's like, it's actually harder to go like that micro jump of 10 to 15. It's like when you get beginner gains at the gym, you bulk up, you're looking swole, and then you're like, wait a second, I want to get like even more dialed. Dude, that's harder than doing the first one. You follow?
Yeah.
So it's like you're in that stage right now where you need these like really specific tweaks. And the only way you get those, bro, is by like seriously obsessing. When I say seriously obsessing, bro, I'll give you an example of what I mean. So you could like put me on a call with like a sales coach right now, and I would probably after every single question I'd ask for, I would have their whole entire answer transcribed, and I would repeat it back to them, literally word for word, with the exact tonality, and be like, "Is that correct or is that wrong?" Cool. Okay, got it. Yep, saved. Now we're logged in. It's like, bro, like literally get good at taking live notes. This call won't be uploaded until a couple days, maybe a week. I don't know. Right? I could drop you the Fathom. You could follow up on that. I'm assuming these things. Okay.
Yeah.
Like sometimes the biggest thing that I recommend people is just live, getting better at typing, just taking freaking notes and just making sure you actually understand the information and you get the click. And I'm saying that again because we are not just in any other coaching program. You guys are in serve freaking others. Sure, you might hate me a little bit, but when you start making money, it'll be cool. We'll make it all making money. All right. So with that in mind, guys, Carlos, what up, bro? And yes, Gio, I mean, he's still on here. He already left. I'll send you the reporting, and I'll send you the Fathom too, James. I got you guys. Cool, Carlos. What up, man? You call your leads?
Yeah. No, I haven't called them. I just want to listen. I want to listen to what you have to say. You know. But yeah, I'm just wondering about this practice. Like normally when people give me surface level answers, I just kind of make fun of them. You know, I don't know if that's good. I mean, I'm not laughing, but like I said, like, yeah, man. I mean, I guess that you don't have enough results. But I mean, what are you doing in terms of X, Y, and Z? You know, and I say it with a smile on my face. I don't know if that's good because I've seen that most sales coaches actually, you know, get a little bit more defensive and say like, well, yeah, I guess you're not on these calls for fun, you know.
Yeah.
I was wondering, is that cool or not?
So give me an example of how it shows up, just so I have full context. Like, what do you usually say, and what kind of answers are you getting? Yeah.
Yeah. So for example, once I asked this girl like, how many policies are you writing per month, right? And she said, well, not enough. And I said, well, yeah, I guess that maybe you don't have enough policies right now, but I'm wondering like, can I get a specific number? It's
I'll
like
try
a
it
big
again. Ready?
example. And
yeah. So we'll do it again. So Carlos, give me the same answer. Ready? So Carlos, I guess how many policies are you writing each month right now?
Not enough.
Yeah, I gotcha. That's obviously I would imagine, you know, why we're on this call here today. But I guess if you you know, just like your hand to head and really like thought about it, like, do you have like a range of how many you're doing on average? Boom. There it is. Same thing. Right? You would tell me. And if not, go ahead and you can be around even more if you want, but you're not being specific. And I would just be like, I would probably go to the next question and then just loop back to it later. You know?
Yeah, I was just wondering on like that specific practice when people give you like surface level answers, is it good to like just laugh a little bit and just say like, well, yeah, I guess.
I could give you the tactic, but it's just so it can show up in so many different ways on the sales call that like sometimes the best way, bro, is to just be like, just loop back and put more emphasis on why it's important, right? So it's like, yeah, no, and again, like I'm only asking, you know, not to put you in any specific bucket or whatever. I'm just trying to actually get an idea here of, you know, just where you're at now. Again, I'm sure with your clients, when you know you talk to them, it's important to understand what policies they already have in place as well, so that you can also track progress and kind of get an idea of where they're headed. And I guess if you really thought about it though, like how many are you doing per month? You could always follow up with like, if you really thought about it though, like how many are you doing? Or if you put your head to head and like actually like thought about it, like what would you say you're at? Right? If you ask a consequence question sometimes and they don't give you an answer, sometimes the easiest way is like, oh, okay, yeah, I got you. But those aren't the consequences though. Like what would be the consequences? That's it. Easy. Just like loop it back. Right? If they don't want to address the consequences, they just don't understand your question. Just loop it back to them. So I'm saying this in a way that's like, again, please use it with context. You don't just go immediately to the prospect and be like, hey, James, if you really thought about it, how many policies are you doing right now? No. But like if he pushes back, right, then I might have to adapt a little bit. Usually, dude, and this is what all of you need to take ownership on if this ever happens on a call. If a prospect does not understand you, if they don't actually get the click from your question, it's not on them. Guys, like you need to summon the patience on that call to ask yourself, be introspective and be like, man, that came out in a way that did not resonate with that other human's brain. I got to work on that. I got to train on that. Right? I got to know how to communicate it better. Take ownership over that. Right? And if they don't understand that, you know what I mean? If they don't understand the question, then it's just a reflection of how you communicated it. Like ask yourself, what way, if I were to communicate it, would actually allow them to click on it and resonate with it more? Maybe there's another angle. Maybe there's just another way of communicating it, right? Maybe I just didn't, maybe they literally don't know why I'm asking the question. Right? So many times it's the most simple answers. And it's just that retrospective ownership of being like, dude, I got to go back and just train that question out a little bit. That's it. You know, now I get the opportunity to fix this hot mess of Eli. Cool. No worries. All right. So, all that in mind, guys, let's have an incredible, incredible week. Okay. DM me if I was supposed to get you the Fathom. I will forget, but I'll try to get back to you guys. And if you have any questions at all, drop them in the group, drop in the chat. Please, please, please let me know. All right, guys, please summon the best of yourselves. Show up to your calls, drive value, serve, do creative follow-ups, right? Be their biggest fan, be your own